trigger. I would love to take a look. How would I'm gonna reveal this.
I believe you reveal
I reveal it to both of us, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah,
Goblin Guide is revealed.
It's my first time.
So,
I like to reveal
This is absurd.
This is my first time. I like to reveal
With Goblin Guide?
Yeah, it's my first time.
have you not seen the card
Yeah,
before?
it's my first time seeing
I thought I had some ring rust.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Yeah, there's a bolt on
so
top.
that's not a land, so that's gonna stay there.
Welcome to Shuffle Up and Play. Today, two titans of Magic the Gathering commentary coverage industry, right? Commentary coverage?
Let's go with that.
All right, let's go with that. The one and only Cedric Phillips. The other one and only Patrick Sullivan.
There's actually quite a lot of Patrick Sullivans. It's a very common name.
Do you have a middle name?
Brian.
That's
Yeah, so there we
with
go.
a Y or an I?
With an I.
Wow. All right, that's wonderful. Patrick, Brian Sullivan are here to do the one thing they've never done before: play Magic the Gathering. Against each other.
Yes.
Against each other.
Finally. Because we have played against each other before at US Nationals, I think 2008.
Wow,
Earlier than that.
that must have been an exciting feature match.
Well, they don't typically feature the 1-2 bracket.
No?
Oh my.
Or in my case, 1-1-1. Ninth place finish at that Nationals, by the way, thank you. I defeated Patrick then.
Okay.
And then Patrick got a little bit of revenge in a Star City Games draft open. Was it the finals?
Was the finals.
Dude, finals. We're so good.
Oh, that must have been
so
an
good.
exciting. We'll have a link to that.
Yeah,
video?
link in the comments. Is that what they say on YouTube?
Is there a video link to that?
I don't know. No.
And you chose the format and the decks. I said, what do you want to play? And the choice was Modern.
Yeah.
These
Love
are
Modern.
your actual decks.
Yes.
That you play and enjoy in Modern.
Yes, these are our cards. These are 100% my cards. And yeah, I'm excited to play with my cards.
Though you are missing one.
I am missing a card.
What card are you missing?
Ottawara, Soaring City. Apologies on pronunciation. I don't talk for a living, so I don't know how to say the cards.
We're one Soaring City short. Patrick, I have an island here and a Sharpie.
Just write it on a land.
Yeah,
just write it on
I
a
just
land.
feel that you can just do this. That way Cedric can play.
Does this bring back memories of proxying, testing for some sort of event for you?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we had no cards back in the day.
That's-
so it was
I-
all,
yeah.
My first deck that like I took and played at stores and stuff like that, I was so worried about ruining the rares that when I was playing at home, I would take the rares out and proxy them and would play with friends. So I found this when I was cleaning out, I went back to my parents' house and was cleaning some stuff out, and I found 4 mountains with Rock Hydra written on them.
Dude, very nice. Very nice.
For our kids watching at home that don't know what Rock Hydra is, it is a Magic card from a very, 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 very long time ago.
Open parentheses, heads, close parentheses. You look it up, it's an alpha.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for drawing on a land for Cedric so that he can have a complete deck.
All right, you have now one Ottawa, question mark, the Soaring Sea, second question
We're not in
mark.
Canada, but that's fine. That's fine. It's close enough. That's fine. I'm pretty sure I know the channel cost. Go ahead and sleep. Can you read your own handwriting?
I can, yes.
I'm glad.
Yeah, there's a statute of limitations with it though. Like
Okay.
if I go back and read something I wrote 6 months ago, I'm like, I got nothing.
You're in control of that.
No, but you know, it's like a burn after reading sort of thing. Like you don't want your archives living forever. Have you ever gone back and read things you wrote a year ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah, and I can read them. They're legible.
Yeah, you taught English, right?
I did teach English.
I'm sure you've written some things. I'm sure you.
It was all typed out on a computer. There was no actual.
That's surprising. You seem like the typewriter type.
When I was like a young child, I had a typewriter. Like before the internet. I remember before the internet.
Ugh, so do I.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
are we all Magic boomers?
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. You see this right here? Can
Yeah.
I see this?
This is paper.
Yellow tab?
Yeah,
Yellow tablet?
tablet.
Got a lot of those at home. I
Yeah.
can't live without yellow tablets or Post-it notes and pens. The old Zoomers, is that the younger generation?
I
Is that
don't
they
know
call
what a
them?
Zoomer
Starts
is.
with a Z. Yeah, they do everything on. They don't remember anything.
I only go as far as Generation X, so I guess Zoomer is what comes after Generation X.
Unclear.
What was there Generation Y? Was that a Pepsi? I don't know.
So all of this is obviously revealing our age, but nothing like you saying they don't remember anything. That is but they're TikToks and they're
Am
like,
I wrong?
who knows?
Am I wrong?
I don't know.
No, they don't remember anything.
My memory is really poor.
My memory is extremely good.
I know.
Extremely good.
A steel trap.
So, that's right. That's right.
All right. How
All
are we
right.
doing this?
Do we just start? Is this how this?
Well,
my.
typically you roll for high.
okay.
So we have 2 D6s here.
Okay.
Okay, so we gotta settle this. This has been a source of conversation.
Try and keep it on the mat.
Okay.
Do you want to do high roll or odds evens?
Ooh, right. This has been a source of conversation. I'm happy with high roll.
High roll also. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been high roll for life, basically.
Odds evens is if you like want to signal to your opponent that you're really smart and understand mathematics at the beginning of the match.
Okay.
I prefer to just let the cards talk.
I like that. Okay, so that's
A 6.
That's your run of the mill.
Below
6
average.
arena.
7's actually average.
Yeah, we're not.
Because I
Playing,
am actually a math guy, even though
we're not playing craps. Thank God. Bang. What is 7? What did you say about 7?
it's greater than 6.
That's
And that's a medium roll.
It's a very humble win too. Like it's like you didn't have to overdo it. You just needed to show what you got.
When I think of myself, first thing that comes to mind, humble.
Let's let this be the last friendly exchange of this match.
Perfect. Deal. Do you
All
want to
right.
cut my deck? Or how do you want to do this? I know you have some stories about people like presenting, not presenting. This is me presenting.
All right, bring it over here. So,
Bang. I don't trust you even a little. So.
You guys are
Oh,
literally you're not even doing a cut. You're shuffling.
well, my bolts
each
are
other's
extremely
decks.
marked, which we'll get to
Yes.
later. So,
And I kind of want to bend them
Yeah.
just slightly.
yeah. So I won't name names, but someone who was known in the competitive scene as maybe having some shady ethics.
You'd have to like narrow it down by a lot. But
Player from Maryland. That's as much as I'll give.
Okay.
If you're an old head, maybe you'll know this person. So we sit down and play day 2 of a Grand Prix, and they just go, just first words out of their mouth. Can we save some time and not shuffle each other's decks?
Wow.
And I go, yeah, that's fine. So opponent puts their deck down, presents, tap it, mulligan. Because obviously, all the action, they're expecting a small cut, lands, and then all the action stacked on top currently to get it in like turns 5, 6, 7. So it draws up a hand of 7 spells, mulligans. You'll never get over on me.
No.
You'll never get over on me. Not in a million years. All right,
Good luck.
good luck. Let's do it.
Okay.
And whichever one of you loses, I'll take your place and show you what you should have done better.
Can't wait.
Yeah?
Really can't wait. I would like to keep my opening hand.
All right, I'll keep.
Okay. Lands in the back.
Yes.
It's your turn. Just in the tank on turn 1.
I'm gonna play Inspiring Vantage, which is the red-white version of the land that you've played.
Okay.
I'm gonna tap it for a red, and I'll try to resolve Goblin Guide. This is 1 red for a 2/2 with haste. Whenever Goblin Guide attacks, you reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land, you draw it.
Okay.
I would like to move to combat.
Goblin Guide resolves. We are in combat.
Trigger.
I would love to take a look. How would I? I'm going to reveal this.
I believe you reveal
I reveal it
it.
to both of us, don't I?
Yes.
Yes.
Goblin Guide is revealed.
It's my first time.
So
I'd like to reveal
This
it.
is absurd.
This is my first time. I'd like to reveal
With
Lightning
Goblin
Bolt.
Guide?
Yeah, it's my first time.
have you not seen the card
Yeah,
before?
it's my first time seeing
I thought I had some ring rust.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Yeah, there's a bolt on
so that's
top.
not a land, so that's going to stay there.
Is this the point where in the booth he would say, so what's that card do, Patrick?
Yeah, so tell me more about Goblin Guide.
Yeah, he would give me a look, and I would just do just let me handle it. Let me run with the ball for a minute.
Okay.
You'll catch up. We've been doing this for a long time. Cedric, for the record, has helped me out on those spots. There's some times where it's pretty clear that I don't quite know exactly what's going on, and Cedric just has a way of, like, the tone of his voice, his way of describing the action, where it's like, I'm going to tell Patrick what's going on without revealing to the audience that Patrick does not know what is going on right now.
It's called being a professional. I will cast Unholy Heat. That's an instant. Deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Selection is Goblin Guide. If I have Delirium, Unholy Heat deals 6 damage. Instead, if there are 4 or more cards among cards in my graveyard, graveyard's flush with nothing, but that is heading to yours.
Interesting, because that's like an interesting tactical card to play, because there's so many things with 2 toughness that are foundational elements of the modern format, like
right.
my Goblin Guide.
That's correct.
I have no more effects. It is your turn.
Perfect. Untap. I'm going to draw this lightning bolt you know about.
Is there any better red 1-drop in Modern than Goblin Guide? That is just the apotheosis of red 1-drops, and it would be like crazy to make something like above that, because it would just break, right? It would just break the format, probably break Legacy too.
Yeah, but how do you even do better, right? Like you would have to somehow instead of making it sometimes like a drawback and the opponent gets to draw extra lands and do something with it, to make it better, you'd have to like let the Goblin Guy be a card advantage engine itself.
Yeah, but that's
somehow.
just crazy.
Like, how would that ever happen?
Yeah,
That's what people who shouldn't be designing cards kind of come up with, right?
would
Is
be-
like crazy ideas that would break the format.
I agree. That would be crazy. This is a polluted delta. You can tap and pay a life to sacrifice this, and search your library for an island or swamp. Put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. It's your turn.
Why would you play with a land that deals damage to you?
It seems
Do you know?
silly
Okay.
in retrospect, but we're here.
All right, so back to me.
It's all you.
Okay. I'm gonna untap my Inspiring Advantage and draw for the turn.
I got something ready for you, just so that you know. I would not play a creature.
Why? Well, like, do you have a lightning bolt in your hand or something?
You do whatever you want.
I'm gonna attempt to target you with a Lava Spike.
A little taste.
Single red mana, sorcery dash, arcane. I have no splice effects right now.
Noted.
Lava Spike deals 3 damage to target player. I'm gonna target you.
Resolves. 17. Solid.
I'm gonna play a Sacred Foundry tapped. It's your turn.
End step. Sack the delta. Hold on. Tap. Sack the delta. I don't want to get in trouble with one of our mutual friends, James.
Story time.
Oh,
James Gates, hustler, ringer from Southern California.
there are magic hustlers.
are.
There are degrees. This one,
Okay.
like no other.
Steam vents, same as Sacred Foundry. Continue your story.
Opponent starts their turn. James is going first in the game, plays whatever land. Opponent draws and puts a Wooded Foothills or some fetch land into their graveyard. And James is like, okay, so my turn. And then tries to argue that the opponent discarded to hand size because did not announce the Wooded Foothills. And he's like, you had to play it and tap it and pay a life and he didn't do any of it. So
right.
he lost that argument with the judge.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Those are the rules of the game. Those are the rules. Thank you very much.
Competitive Magic seems like it could drain a lot of the fun out of playing this game.
It has its moments.
It's just a different game. Like there's games within games here.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be at 17, so are you. I'm going to lightning bolt you. Single red, instant. Lightning bolt deals 3 damage to target creature or player.
I'm gonna take the 3,
Beautiful
17.
tie game.
Wow, is that a beta lightning bolt there?
Ooh, I don't think so.
No.
Is this? No? What is
4th
this?
edition.
Okay.
Fourth
Renaissance.
edition.
How do we adjudicate this now?
What's going on?
If Cedric's misrepresenting his life total, like how do we,
Ooh, that's tough. 16 it is.
do we need a
the,
judge?
the editor has kept his life total on track, so for our viewers at home, they didn't notice he didn't adjust his spin down.
Gonna fly me all the way out here.
Yes.
Gonna take up, my. It's like okay, I'm gonna play some friendly games with my good friend Cedric,
It sounds like it's not
and
friendly.
then I look over.
If you're calling a judge on the fact he didn't turn his spin down 1 point.
I agree with
That doesn't
the
sound
professor.
friendly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm having fun.
When I resolved the damage, I turned my die down.
Yeah.
It's especially shady here because the Polluted Delta is your own card.
That's true. That's true.
So you're placing the bird on me to track
I'm going to draw my card for the turn as well.
just one?
Just
one? Okay,
card, yeah.
all right, go for
Just
it.
one card. Ooh, that is a good draw. I'm going to play another Spirebluff Canal. Untapped, because, meeting the prerequisite here. It is your turn. 16 to 17, just so that you know the life totals.
Draw for my turn.
Are you both on burn? Is this burn too? What is...
I can play a little burn game.
You can play a little burn
play a little
game.
burn.
I've just seen some burn. I'm trying to figure out. I know he's on burn.
I play a little burn from time to time.
I'm gonna play a Fiery Islet. This is a land that I could tap and pay 1 life to tap for either blue or red. I can also pay a single mana, tap it and sacrifice it to draw a card.
I will make sure when you pay a life with that.
Let's worry
Make
about
sure.
that when that actually happens.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure.
It's your turn.
Ooh, I don't like that. Okay.
We also actually don't have a judge on set. I'd have to just call my friend George and just ask him what he thinks.
Yeah, Cedric
That's the
sniffed that out
closest we have.
Cedric sniffed that out real quick, huh?
Yeah. End of turn. Just going to give you a little taste again. Lightning bolt.
Okay, Lightning Bolt resolves. I'm gonna go from 17 down to 14, and I'm
Perfect.
gonna mark that by accurately reflecting my life total on this die.
Again, the editor is handling the effect of you getting lightning bolted and your
We're
life
past
total.
that.
Yeah,
Okay. We're so far
All right,
past that.
all right.
I'd like to draw.
You don't know the number of personal grievances over the course of 20 years that are being aired out right now in between these communications.
20 years.
Neither did I.
We've known each other
Neither
for a
did I.
long time.
It's true. I'm also going to play a Fiery Islet,
Okay.
which when I'll
Yes.
lose a life. It is your turn.
Okay, at the end of your turn, I'm going to tap Inspiring Vantage, I'm going to attempt to target you with a lightning bolt.
Oh, yeah.
This
my
deals
God.
3 damage to any one target.
Okay.
As per the alpha wording.
So that's at me?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I'm at 13.
Okay, also at the end of your turn,
Ooh.
I would like to tap for a mana and sacrifice Fiery Islet to draw a card.
Good.
May I continue to my turn?
You can.
I'm gonna
Hold on. Cards in hand?
5.
Keep going. I have 4 cards in my graveyard for my Murktide Regent.
3 cards in hand.
That's correct.
I'm going to play a Subbaked Canyon, excuse me. This is the red-white version of Fiery Islet.
Resolves.
Also from Modern Horizons.
So many Modern Horizons cards.
Modern
Yeah.
Horizons 2?
What's that?
Is that one from the
One.
one from the one?
Yeah, 2 has Urzasaka. That's
Right,
the
right.
cracked land.
Yeah, gotcha.
This one had
Gotcha,
5
okay.
of these.
Okay, gotcha.
Which are cracked, but
Murktide's from Modern Horizons.
That's from 2.
2.
Yeah, that one's
2
from
as
2.
well, and 2.
Correct.
Yes.
So many 2s. So
Okay.
little time.
So many Modern Horizons cards in Modern.
That's
I'm
true.
going to tap my Inspiring Vantage. I'm going to attempt to resolve Monastery Swift Spear. This is a 1 red creature. It is a 1/2 with haste and prowess, which is whenever I cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn.
Good.
I like to proceed to combat.
Let's go.
I'll pass to you before blocks. Will you because you asked me how many cards in my hand on my upkeep for no reason,
Yeah.
I thought maybe you had Vendilion Click. So that's why I was actually asking if you had any blocks, because I wouldn't assume you were just wasting my time by asking how many cards were in my hand on my upkeep for no reason. I assumed you had Vendilion Click, which is why I asked you, even though you have no creatures, if you had a block.
Well, I do not have a block to declare.
All right, okay, so we're past blockers.
We are? We are.
Decades on the table right now.
Yeah.
We are.
I have no effects before damage.
I have
30
no effects.
years in the making. How old are you guys?
I'm 40.
Kind of a personal
God,
question.
I'm sorry.
It happens. Happens.
I'm down to 12. It happens all at once.
Everyone, the thing I go back to is everyone is eventually old, but most people don't ever get to be cool. So what are you going to do about it?
That's true as well.
All right, so second main phase,
Do it.
I'm going to pass priority to you. I'm just trying to keep it a clean game. I'm not the one who's not taking damage off their polluted delta, all right? I'm trying to keep it clean game.
That's fine.
I'm going to pass to you. All right, beginning of end step.
I'm kind of rooting for Cedric to win so that I don't have to play against you, Patrick.
No, because I believe in my heart of hearts
Yeah.
that you would take your 1 damage from your own polluted delta.
Sure.
He's supposed to be a pro, right? That's why he's
No,
here. What is that?
was a pro.
Boy.
Was a pro.
I'm
That must
gonna,
have been a hell of a flight from Denver.
I'm gonna pass
today.
priority to you.
I'm going to sacrifice the Fiery Island on instant.
That resolves.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. No. No, we're still here. I'd like to cast Lightning Bolt, targeting your Monastery Swift Spear
Okay.
on your end step.
In response,
Yeah, let's go. 2 spells, really?
I'd like to cast Lightning Bolt and I'll trigger Prowess.
Yeah.
Targeting you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that resolves. Still Lightning Bolt on stack. Okay, pass.
I'm at 9.
I'm gonna take 1 point of damage from my own land.
Good choice.
The Sunbay Canyon. I'm gonna go down to 13.
Good choice.
Keep the game clean, right? I'm gonna target you with a Lightning Bolt again and trigger Prowess.
Okay.
Okay, so
So I'm at 6.
and now your Lightning Bolt resolves
Okay.
against my 3/4.
That's correct. And as far as I know, confirm,
Confirm
3 is
what?
less than 4.
Okay. I'm still passing priority after your Lightning
draw.
Bolt failed to kill my one.
I will draw. Ooh, not bad. Not bad, not bad.
You got a hand bone here?
I'll play a Polluted Delta.
Okay. So that's a tap and you just take no damage. And
Yeah,
you
no,
get a
this
land out of your
is actually
deck?
this is actually
Okay.
tap in. I take a damage.
All right,
so
you're
I'm
on
at
5.
5.
Okay,
I'm at
cool.
5. Yeah,
Great.
I'm gonna get a basic island
Wonderful.
of the snow-covered variety.
Why is there snow cover lands in this deck?
Because they're cooler.
They're definitely not.
Okay, well,
They're absolutely not cool.
what I have found is the internet believes that they are cooler, and the internet is never wrong.
You have to be a certain amount of cool for there to be a snow.
So, would you like to, or
Let me just for my own peace of mind.
okay, thank you.
Trying to keep it clean.
I am now going to use this freshly minted snow-covered island and this steam vents to deploy a Murktide Regent. Now, Murktide Regent costs 5 blue. It's a 3/3 dragon, but it has Delve. Each card you exile from your graveyard while casting this spell makes this spell cost 1 less. So I'm going to delve these lightning bolts, 3 of these,
Okay.
this Unholy Heat, and our good buddy Polluted Delta. That's 5 cards. Off in exile. And so this means that it is going to get 4 +1/+1 counters. It's a lot of those.
Okay. That's
It's a 7/7.
It's quite a deal
That's
for
a
2
7/7.
mana.
That's
All right,
another Modern Horizons
That
card.
seems like a card that someone would pay $40 for.
Roughly.
It's so strong that I would pay $40 for it.
It is your turn. I'm at 5.
There's no way that affects the design, you know.
Probably not.
How many cards are in your hand?
Were you on the design for Murktide?
I worked on MH2 a little bit.
Yeah.
I do remember the card being in the file. I think it went out the door. You know, there's a gap of time of like, I'm kind of working more on the initial design. The file then gets handed over to play design and some things change. I was a little suspicious of this one, mostly because it's pretty similar to a lot of other things that are already pretty good in the like fill up your graveyard, cheap spell sort of space. I think this is actually a cooler card to have show up than something like Tombstalker or Gurmag Angler. It's actually got some character to it, but I was suspicious of it at the time.
You know why I think Gurmag Angler is way better than this card? Because I can't play this card in Pauper, and I can play Gurmag Angler
Yeah, it's
in
what,
Pauper.
50 cents or whatever?
Yeah.
That's true.
It also is only 50 cents for Gurmag Angler, as opposed to $50.
Roughly.
Roughly.
Please draw land. I think that's what I want you to do. I have 2 cards in my hand before you ask, and my life total is 5.
Give me a lot of information I didn't ask for.
I'm just here to help.
Chatty Cathy over here.
Keeping it on the up and up.
Yeah.
Given the earlier polluted delta error.
Yeah. Are you thinking of a number between 1 and 10 you'd like to tell me about, or are we all good?
We're good.
Oh, okay. That's cool. All right.
2 attacks. Kill you.
That is 14. My deck does play with Lightning Helix, though, so it could get a little tricky. But I also have this, so you know.
If you opt to take the damage off the line.
The math is just more complicated than you're giving it credit for. So.
It's true.
Okay. I'm gonna try to play a Goblin Guide.
Goblin Guide resolves.
Okay. I would like to move to combat.
Let's go.
I'll attack you with both, and I'll trigger my Goblin Guide. Please reveal the top card of your library.
Pew! Expressive iteration.
Okay.
Powerful.
I'll pass you before blocks.
I'd like to block Monastery Swiftspear.
Okay. I will pass to you before damage.
I'm at 3.
And my Monastery Swiftspear is dead.
Dead.
It's your turn.
Wow. So kind.
For want of a bolt? Assuming that life total is an accurate representation.
On your upkeep,
Sure.
I'm going to tap these 2 for mana. I'm going to take a point of damage and go down to 12.
Interesting.
I'm going to target you with Skullcrack. This is an instant from Gatecrash. It's an uncommon. That says players can't gain life this turn. Damage can be prevented this turn. Skullcrack deals 3 damage to target player. I'm going to target you.
Okay. Can that spell be countered?
It is counterable.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to play counter spell.
Okay.
That costs blue, and it counters target spell.
Okay. So that resolves.
Great.
I have no more effects during your upkeep. I'll pass to you.
Fantastic. I'm going to draw this expressive iteration.
Right.
I'm going to attack you.
I have no blocks. I'm taking 7 and falling to 5. It's a big hit.
Thank you.
Oh. He's tapping things. He's tapping things.
I'm going to play a Murktide Regent. No, I'm not. I don't have anywhere close enough to do that. Not even close, actually.
I see what you mean about him. You see what he just tried to do there?
Bad. I'm gonna play expressive iteration. Jeez. Sorcery. Blue-red. That's a look that I deserve right now. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand. Put one of them onto the bottom of your library, and exile one of them. You may play the exiled card this turn. Probably should have played this pre-combat, maybe, but we are where we are. That's 1. 2. 3. One of them into your hand. One of them on the bottom of your library. And you may play, put one of them into exile. Okay. You may play the exiled card this turn. I may or may not have a Murktide Regent in my hand.
There's no way to know.
And it is your turn.
Okay, so this is not technically a game action in Magic, but it is in a tournament setting is a thing you are allowed to do at any time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reveal my hand. It contains the card Boros Charm. Boros Charm is an uncommon from Gatecrash, an instant. It's a red and a white mana. You want to pull this thing up. It has 3 modes, one of which I'm gonna get to in a second here. Permanents you control are indestructible this turn, or target creature gains double strike until end of turn. And perhaps most importantly, Boros Charm deals 4 damage to target player. I'm just gonna let you know that that's in my hand right now. We'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so I'm gonna untap.
Okay.
All right. I like to hold priority in my upkeep.
You can't untap half of them. You gotta untap them all or none. It's all or none with
You're
untap.
right. All right. You're right.
Yeah, that's how the phase works.
Okay, so inside of my own upkeep, I'm going to hold priority, and I'm going to play Boros Charm.
Sure.
I'm going to choose the mode, deal 4 damage to target player. I'm going to target you.
Counter it.
Okay, that resolves.
Okay, so you're at -1,
There is
and
not
as a state-based,
not a -1 on the die.
so as a state-based effect, when a player goes to 0 life or less, the game concludes with that player as a loser. The loser in your operative. Well, it's not commander. I'm sorry, I needed to update my priors. So you're at -1.
Okay.
I would pass priority to you and go to my draw step if I could, but since the game's concluded, I'm just going to conclude the game.
Oh, man. Oh.
All right.
Oh, cool. I'm playing Murktide. I don't know how to play Murktide.
That makes 2 of us. That makes 2 of us. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So I really haven't ever played this deck before, and I don't know what to sideboard in and out of it. I figure I'm taking out 3 of the 4 copies of Expressive Iteration, and I'm putting in counter spells because it's burn, and I figure if I could just lock them out with those counter spells, I'll get through and get damage through, so I'm putting in 2 Fluster Storms and a counter spell.
So I removed 4 copies of Lava Spike and 2 copies of Skullcrack. The player-only damage is not very strong in this matchup, and blue-red doesn't gain life, along with 2 copies of Skewer the Critics, which is just kind of the weakest card in the deck. For 4 copies of Core Firewalker, even though the deck plays blue, most of its creatures and removal are red, and Core Firewalker sometimes just locks them out, along with a copy of Deflecting Palm, a copy of Path to Exile, and 2 copies of Prismatic Ending as a little bit of removal interaction for the deck's threats.
All right, everybody, we're back. I am in the captain's chair now because I was, I lost. So Patrick Sullivan versus the Professor, who is as I've been told during our short break here, a blue-red Murktide extraordinaire aficionado.
Yes, if there's one deck in Modern I've played a lot of, it's Murktid?
Yes. Yes.
All I need to know is what does it do and what does the deck do. But other than that, I'm a real expert on this deck. Really know it. And so that means, Patrick, if I beat you, does that mean that I can handle coverage? That I'm qualified to do Magic the Gathering coverage if I beat you with Cedric's deck?
Well, abstractly, that's a really hard question to answer, but that would actually be the second feather in your cap here, because not only will you have won against a quote-unquote pro, I guess.
Are you a pro?
It doesn't, well, so I did play in some Pro Tours. I never won $1 or beat anyone good, but
the Pro and Pro Tour is for promotional, so that doesn't make you a pro.
Oh,
you know that the Pro and Pro Tour is promotional tour.
I've been told that in bad faith sometimes, but whatever. So that would be one thing, is that's a big feather in the cap. Right. And second, we have evidence already that the matchup is fairly difficult because my co-caster, Cedric, was defeated so easily in spite of, I mean, you really can't ask for more out of your draw, like a lot of interaction, very quick Murktide region, like you were on the play even. You really can't ask for more than that. To lose a game like that, you've really fumbled the ball.
Well, this is considered one of the top decks in the meta currently, so if I were to lose against such a basic deck as Burn, it would mean I'm some kind of incompetent player, and that can't be. I've got a Magic the Gathering YouTube channel. They don't give those out to anyone.
The dissonance
It's also true.
The dissonance you are describing out loud right now, I've seen on the faces of hundreds of opponents over the last 2 decades.
Again, what opponents? You're always in the booth. You don't play against anybody.
Well, there was a time where I was something of have you heard, the idea of a street magician?
Yeah.
I was like a street magician, but for Magic.
Oh,
like it was
okay.
low, it was really lo-fi. It wasn't glamorous. I got made fun of a lot, like a ton, by both people below me and above me in sort of the hierarchy of rankings. But I had a little game to me back once upon a time. There was a little while there where I was sort of threading the needle between SCG coverage and playing these tournaments. And these people, if you're watching, you know who you are, could not hang with me.
What was the biggest, because I know that the SCG tour has a slightly different structure. What's the biggest SCG event thing? What's their equivalent? What's their top big one called?
So the Invitational was
this should be good. Asking him about branding, this should be good.
The Invitational was were tournaments that players could qualify for through a variety of tournaments, including the Opens and feeder tournaments. And then the Players' Championship was an end-of-the-year event held in Roanoke, Virginia, where our top 16 players would compete for a large prize.
And how many Players' Championships have you won over the years?
So do we factor in my compensation as a commentator and compare it to the players playing in the event? Wow. I won all of them. I won every single one of them.
Me too.
I don't have a jacket, I guess. I guess I didn't get a jacket out of the whole deal, but I won all of them.
By that criteria, I did too.
Yeah. Hey, we're all winners.
Yeah.
We're all, high fives around.
Yeah,
we're all winners.
let's take that.
There we go.
All right. I'll be on the play.
It's a pleasure to play against you, in part because I know you'll play a clean match.
I
Game.
wish I could say the same.
One game.
But I think I'm supposed to shuffle your deck.
That I would highly recommend.
I'm going to give you a friendly cut.
You're going to give me a friendly cut.
I'll tell you why I'm going to give you a friendly little cut here.
This up here. Yeah.
It's great. So you've already reached for my deck to presumably either cut or shuffle. So if I just tap your deck, that puts you in this awkward position of feeling like you're taking it too seriously.
No, I'm a casual. I don't care at all.
So by cutting, I'm giving you license to do whatever you want to do with my cards without feeling like you're taking things too seriously or not seriously enough. Because I try to be a polite opponent to everyone except people who are not taking damage from their polluted deltas.
Right. Well, why wouldn't you take damage from a polluted delta?
It's weird. That's a hard question to answer. It's sort of existential because it's mandatory. Like it is a condition of resolving the card's effect. So not doing it is known more commonly as cheating.
Is that cheating? What if it's just you don't know how to play the game well and you're I don't want to say incompetence, it's a strong word, but it is the only word I can think of to describe that type of a mistake. That's not cheating. Is incompetence cheating?
No, but, and that's why it's important.
Do you think it's more likely, you've known Cedric 30 years now, 40? Do you think it's more likely of Cedric to be guilty? Now, I'm not saying he's guilty of either of these things, but I'm just saying if he were guilty of one of these two things, which is more likely of him to be guilty of? Incompetence at Magic or cheating at Magic?
Against me in a ostensibly friendly match.
Ostensibly. It's a really good word to use right now.
For a beloved, more casually oriented YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Definitely cheating. For sure.
Wow.
For sure that's more likely.
This guy's your friend?
I tried to get one over on him.
Oh, all right.
But it was possible enough from my perspective that I checked in on it, and lo and behold.
Are we ever going to see your opening hand? Are we ever going to see your opening hand? This is normally where I have to have the directors mute your microphone. Okay? Let's get this show on the ROAD.
All right.
How are we feeling over there?
I'm feeling really good,
Yes,
actually.
that's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
I am. I'm assuming that means you would like to keep.
I would like to keep.
I will keep as well.
And just so everyone's clear, the professor will be on the play.
Yes, I said that. I did say that.
Just so that it's
I did announce
clear.
it.
Just so that it's super clear. That's why I'm here. Get him.
All right. I'm going to play a Spire Bluff Canal, which enters the battlefield untapped since I control fewer than 2 lands.
It's true.
And then I have a turn 1 play with a red called Ragavan Nimble Pilferer.
Ooh, what does that do?
This is a really broken card, and I think that I've got a lot of friends at Wizards of the Coast, and I know that they do a lot of hard work on sets. I don't want to say that mistakes were made in this card. I can't imagine that a regular full-time employee there was okay with this. It feels like someone who maybe just was like walking in, walking out. I don't know. You were there during Modern Horizons too. Did you? Anyway. Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. When it deals combat damage to a player, I create a treasure token and exile the top card of that player's library.
It's pretty powerful.
Until end of turn, I may cast that card. It is dash, which I don't need.
So around the time that this card was a work in progress, I was a contractor for Wizards of the Coast.
No kidding.
Yeah, I'm so regarded as a game designer that they offered me a remote contracting position, which they had never done before for any non-former employee.
And after designing this card, was that regard go up or down?
I did not design the card.
Okay, no.
This card was slightly different, at a slightly different cost. And I think part of working on a set like Modern Horizons is, you had to identify some cards you think are good bets to be strong cards, because you had to be judicious about where it goes.
Because we want the format to rotate.
Not rotate necessarily, But to give red a different dimension in the format that still felt red, where the games would be a little bit more longer and tactical than the red decks typically produce in the format when it's all lava spikes and goblin guides.
Oh, this generates long games.
So this is eyes wide open. I believed, and other people, was not, obviously I'm just one contractor or whatever, I'm making an hourly rate, don't have a lot of pull. Myself and some other designers on the team felt like this was a reasonable bet to shoot high on. Now, of course, we turn the file over to play design, and then play design is tasked with making sure the balance is appropriate. So that's a way of saying that once it leaves my hand, it's just...
Listen, I don't like you bragging on WotC on this channel. We're a very WotC-friendly channel, and that felt like you were throwing something on play design. That's not kosher.
I'm just trying to give a little bit of an inside view into the process here.
This is a WotC-friendly channel, and I just want to make sure that we don't say anything like that.
While also sort of absolving myself of any long-term responsibility.
Yeah.
I own 4 of them. May I take my turn?
Yes, you may take your turn.
It's a good investment. I can't wait to see what his first turn's gonna be. That's gonna be humdinger.
I'm gonna play a Scalding Tarn. This is a land that I can tap and pay 1 life and sacrifice.
We know what Scalding Tarn does.
So I'm gonna go to 19, and then in fact fall to 17 here momentarily.
Oh, wow.
As I'm going to get a Sacred Foundry, which we saw in the previous game. I'm gonna play it untapped and take the 2 damage.
Wow.
Anything else for your turn?
I do have, I'm still in my first main phase, so there's many phases for me to go through before the turns.
Are you passing?
I'm not.
No, you're not, okay.
You wanna hear some sick old school tournament magic action?
Sure.
It's back in the day, very common for your opponent to not be very good, to lightning bolt you, just turn 1 mountain, lightning bolt you. That was pretty common. So a trick you could do, let's say it's your turn, and I have a red mana up, and I just stop you while you're thinking about whatever you're doing, and you go, let me know when I can lightning bolt you. And you go, well, of course I would want my opponent just lightning bolt me for no reason, of course, right? So you go, you can lightning bolt me now. And then you go, okay, you pass priority in your main phase, I'm also passing priority in my main phase, my turn now.
Wow.
You gonna try that now?
This is why Commander is popular.
That's correct.
One of many reasons. This
was not me. This was not me.
Okay.
I could never come up with something that good. I'm gonna tap this for a red, and I'm gonna play a lightning bolt targeting your Ragavan.
Wow, is that a beta lightning bolt?
Are you gonna make me say it or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you say it.
This is an alpha lightning bolt.
An alpha lightning bolt?
I have 4 of them in here.
Wow.
Right.
But it's not signed, so it's like,
Well, he died, so I can't get it signed now.
Okay, okay. Ragavan dies, and way to bring down the audience.
I can go 1 up all day.
Okay.
There's no limit. I'm finished with my turn.
You're finished with your turn. All right.
Yeah.
Untap, draw. Wow. Just wow. All right. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna play a Mishra's Bauble. It costs 0. I can sacrifice it to look at the top card of target player's library, draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just do that now.
Who are we targeting?
I am targeting Mr. Sullivan.
Okay, let's take a little
All right. Now he doesn't get to see.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, show me. Nice, okay.
All right, I'm gonna put that right back there. I don't get to decide if it goes in the graveyard. That'd be really good. Play a land for turn. I think, given that I will play a Steam Vents tapped.
Great.
And I will pass the turn.
Before I take my draw step, I would like to remind you of your trigger for Mishra's Bauble.
What a good, boy, you were wrong. What a great guy he is.
Just trying to play a clean
No,
match.
yeah, so I
once.
draw on your turn.
That's correct.
That's great.
So actually, you again have priority now because the effect is resolved. Would you like to do anything, or may I move to my draw step?
I have priority. I can do things. You may draw. Go ahead. That's great. Oh, that's so
I
cool.
just love to watch a good friendly match.
Yeah.
I really do.
I'm gonna play Sunbay Canyon again. We saw in the previous game.
Yeah.
And it is your turn.
All right. During your end step, I'm gonna go ahead, lightning bolt you for 3 with my alpha lightning bolt.
Little taste.
There's no way you can prove this isn't alpha. There's actually probably a lot of ways you can prove this isn't alpha.
Looks alpha to me.
Yeah.
All right, that resolves. I'm gonna take 3 points of damage and fall asleep.
We call that an alpha strike. All right.
It's still your. I have no more effects.
Right. Untap. Draw. All right. Let's play a Scalding Tarn. Very, very nice. All right. I'm going to sacrifice the Scalding Tarn.
Tapped it.
I tapped it
That was
to
really well done.
sacrifice
That was
the
really well
Scalding
done.
Tarn.
Yes.
I go to 19, and I'm gonna go get. Are there basic islands in this?
Yeah.
They're snow covered.
There's
I
snow
remember
covered.
that from
Yeah.
there. All right, I'm gonna go get a basic island because I'm basic.
Yes. Basic Brian.
Basic
Is
Brian.
what we call him off cam.
All right. Now this will actually get to come into play untapped because that's very powerful. It doesn't come into play tapped like those evolving wilds.
I would say
Yes.
those fetch land style cards like Scalding Tarn. Good future for them.
Yeah.
I think so.
So you would recommend that while if people still have the opportunity to get these in standard $4 draft packs, they should maybe, like scoop them up.
If that's a thing that one could do.
Yes, that would be a thing to do.
Right. I mean, historically, the best, the cards that maintain their value the best, the
Yeah.
most utility, cards that are good in Commander, cards that are good in competitive play. And you can't do much better than Scalding Tarn.
All right.
Good cut. Clean cut there.
That's a clean cut.
Clean cut.
Okay, let's see what I want to do here. So I'm going to tap a red
Okay.
for a Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Yeah.
Now, Delirium is if there are 4 or more card types among cards in my graveyard, and I believe there are 4 or more card types because I got a land, I got an instant, I got a creature that should have never been made, and I've got a bauble.
Checks out.
Yeah, so this gets +2/+2 and flying and attacks each combat. Unfortunately, that says if able, and it doesn't give it haste. So, yeah, but there we go. Any response? Does that resolve?
Resolves.
That resolves, so you're not going to counter it in your burn deck. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn.
Okay. I'm going to draw for my turn.
No play at the end of his second turn.
Yeah, I know. Is this what's known professionally as whiffing? Is he whiffing?
Maybe slow roll.
Slow roll?
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know.
some-
I don't know
I'm
what
going to
that
play a
means.
Fiery Islet.
Some terminology.
Am I slow rolling him?
No, you're doing great.
Okay.
You're doing great.
It's your turn?
Really? Nothing at the end of your turn?
No.
No,
I'm good.
no. All right. I untap,
It's got nothing going on.
draw. All right, cool. I'm going to move to declare attackers. I move to attack you with my 3/3 flying Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Like that attack.
I
Yeah.
have no blocks.
All right, you take 3.
Well, do you have any no effects before damage from you?
I'm not doing no.
Okay. I'll try to lightning bolt your Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Ooh, no. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm gonna go ahead and say double blue. Counter. Spell.
Magic's newest dual deck. Counterspell versus lightning bolt. you review that product soon, hopefully.
I'd love to, but they
Beautiful.
discontinued dual decks.
Counterspell is going to resolve. And I'm still thinking here.
Sure. Don't hurt yourself.
You got 3 cards, huh?
This graveyard filling up here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take 3 and go to 11.
Almost halfway home.
Feels good. All right, so I'm moving to my second main phase. I'm moving to my end step. And are you doing anything in my end step?
Yeah, I would like to take a point of damage here. I'm
Yeah.
going to go to 10 and tap and sacrifice Fiery Islet to draw a card.
Okay.
Now, I will note, Brian,
Okay, go ahead.
the Dragon's Rage Channeler trigger you may have missed with your counter spell.
I did. I
See-
could have surveilled.
See, he lulled you into a full sense of security.
I know,
He claims to want to play a clean game,
Right.
but won't remind you
No.
of your most beneficial
At a certain
triggers.
point, I just got to move on.
I thought he was playing poorly, but it turns out he was lulling me into a false
That's
sense
right.
of security.
He reminded you of the bauble,
Yeah.
but the DRC trigger that you'd like.
I missed it. And
No
since
word
this
mentioned.
isn't Commander, no take backsies.
There you go.
No take backsies. Can you imagine me asking for a take backseat against the Patrick Brian Sullivan?
No. Just want everyone at home see what he does.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Monastery Swift Spear.
Yeah, that's a card.
I like to move to combat.
Yeah.
Attack you.
See, he's flipped the switch now. Now he's
All right.
all business.
I take 1 damage. I go to 18.
Your turn.
All right. Untap. Draw. Oh, yes. That's so sweet. That is indeed so sweet. It's so sweet, it can't be beat. All right, let's go ahead. Move to declare attackers. Swing on in with 3.
No blocks.
All right, you take 3.
Down to 7.
Second main phase. Oh, wait, but that sucks. Oh, come on. Why? This is a non-bow, though. Oh, should I do it? I guess. All right.
I can only imagine.
I'm going to spend 2 blue. So this is lame, though. So check this out. I didn't make this deck. I'm going to cast a Murktide Regent, and I'm going to delve 5, but that's going to deactivate my Channeler.
Yeah.
All right. But I'm going to delve 5, and whenever an instant or sorcery card leaves my graveyard, Murktide enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each instant and sorcery, which would be 2 of the 5 that I delved.
I got you this die.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So you got a 5/5 over there?
It's a card to die for. So now I got a 5/5 and a 1/1. I don't know that I like that. That seems really, I don't know who designed this deck, one of the so-called geniuses, but they didn't see that coming. Any responses to my Murktide?
Results.
Yeah, all right. I pass the turn.
Okay, at the end of your turn, I'm going to take 2 points of damage, tapping for red and white and falling to 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to target you with Boros Charm, dealing 4 damage to target player.
Can that spell be countered?
Yes.
Oh, good, because I'm going to counter it with a Spell Pierce.
What else are you gonna do?
And I'm going to surveil for Dragon's Rage Channeler.
There you go.
Which I was totally about to do, but thank you, Cedric.
You got it.
Thank you, Cedric. All right. So that means that I can surveil 1, look at the top card of my library, and I may put that card into my graveyard. So I'm going to look at the top card of my library. Do I want that? I kind of want to just...
That must be a good one.
I'm going to leave that there, I think. I think I want that one there. So this goes in my graveyard.
So you know why I think it's correct for you to leave on top?
Why?
Because
Did
if
you
you
see
think
the card?
No.
Oh,
if you're
okay.
thinking for a little
'Cause
while,
you seem like you know what card it is.
if you're thinking for a little while and you go, okay, I'm going to put it in my graveyard.
Yeah.
I can tell you the last 2 cards in your hand.
What are the last 2 cards?
No, if you showed me, if you thought it was close,
Yeah.
and then you surveilled and put it in the graveyard,
Oh,
I would know the other 2 cards in your hand.
what would they have been?
Depends on what got milled over.
It's quite a boast to not back up.
Well, he's got to see the card. So, okay,
Yeah.
well, hang on. Well, no.
Wait a minute.
Let's surveil that card in the graveyard.
All right.
Prof. Let's go ahead and say
All
we
right.
don't want that anymore.
All
okay.
right.
All right.
Fluster
All
sword.
right. Hot shot.
What are they?
Okay. Let me take a look here, Chief. Okay. If you can name the 2 cards in his hand, I'll donate $1 million to charity.
Wow. They really pay people great on coverage.
That's right.
Unholy Heat and Archmage's Charm.
You didn't even get one
You
of them
didn't get
correct.
one right.
Wow. That was worth surveilling. Was that the, do you think that I should have left that on top?
a tough cat.
That was worth it to get him on that,
Yeah.
but do you think that I should have left that on top?
I don't know about this casual branding over here.
Yeah.
What's that? What casual branding?
Of the channel here. I feel like I'm getting sniped. I'll say though,
I think it's a tough call with the Flusterstorm.
Yeah.
I think I let it go. I think it's close.
Let it
It's
go.
close. It's close. It's
Well, it's
really
gone
close.
now, but
Yeah,
that was
it's gone.
worth it.
Yeah.
He can win the game, but the war was just won, though, that act.
It's all about
I'm
the small
gonna
damage.
sacrifice a big hand.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
good. That's good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
That's good for you. His hand stinks.
Yeah, it seems like it.
No, I'll play Inspiring Vantage untapped.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sequencing thing where I went down to 2 lands and then, so it's like free basically.
All right.
I'm gonna attack you.
All right. In the future, I'd appreciate if you just did a smooth tap motion. It's easier on our editor.
Okay,
Okay. It's a 1/2.
that's correct.
No blocks. Not falling for that one, Mr. Sullivan. Not falling for that. I won Game Day Dark Ascension, all right, with mono red burn.
Nice.
Yeah. Reverberated a goblin grenade for the win.
So this is a 5/5 right now, your Regent?
That is public information, I believe is the term.
Derived information.
Derived information. I don't have to actually reveal that to you, which is another reason why Commander is so popular now, because of dumb, stupid beep like that.
I got a good derived information story.
You have a good story
You got a
for
lot of
everything.
stories, Grandpa.
I do. Flores was playing against someone, Mike Flores,
Yeah.
you know?
No, I
And they're
I
talking,
know who Mike Flores is.
having a good time. They're laughing or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, Mike's opponent's playing Merfolk. There's some lords and some things
I
going
know
on.
Merfolk.
And, you know, in the spirit of a casual game, Mike's like, you know, how big is your curse catcher right now? He's like, that's derived information. And Mike didn't kill it the right way. So, I mean, I can't beat anything, but so it goes.
Am I going to get an angry letter from Mike Flores now? You know, you shouldn't be bad-mouthing people on my channel. It's like...
I get one crack at this, maybe.
All right.
All I can do is air out dirty laundry. That's all I can do.
I don't
with this
know
one
that I
crack.
like you using my family-friendly channel.
All right, so I'm going to take a point of damage from Sunbay Canyon.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down to 4.
Oh,
and before
snap.
damage, I'm going to target you with Lightning Helix and trigger Prowess on my Monastery Swiftspear.
Well, I'm tapped out, so I take 3 from Helix. 4, 3, 4, 3.
And I go up to 7 from the Helix.
There was that weird return to Ravnica. That was 4.
And then 2 additional damage coming across from the
So I'm at
Swiftspear.
13.
That's correct.
Oh, sweet. And you're tapped out? And you're at 7? And you're tapped out? And you're at 7?
It's all true.
All right. Oh, you'll find out in a sec,
can't
my
wait.
friend.
I
All
can't
right.
wait to see.
Find out in a sec here. All right. Okay. All right. That's a 5 and that's a 6. Oh my goodness. All right. I need to consider what's going on here. Look at the top card of my library, and I may put that card into my graveyard.
Would you like to surveil?
I would like to surveil. All right,
Turned over a new leaf.
I'll put another consider into there. Look at the top card of my library. I'm going to put this into the graveyard.
Okay.
I'm really. I didn't play a land for turn.
No, you didn't.
You have not.
Wow. You're all tapped out.
I'm all tapped out.
2 blue. I'm gonna Murktide. Here's 5. Oh, but some instants and sorceries, well, instants mostly, are leaving the graveyard.
Brian.
So this consider leaves, and this goes up. This consider leaves, and this goes up.
I like doing it one at a time.
Yeah.
Really let him.
This is what we call the slow roll.
That's right.
This is
That's
actually
leaves.
this is how it resolves on Magic Online. What he's doing right now is technically correct.
Oh, my God.
Regent resolves.
Yes, it has some counters on it, but I don't really care right now.
Shortcut
Move
that.
to declare attackers.
That's also how it resolves on Magic Online. The second one might not work.
Attackers.
There we go.
I just beat Patrick Sullivan.
A well-played and, more importantly, clean game.
Holy moly.
You know that.
You think you can beat me with his deck?
Well, I'm on the play, so absolutely.
Yeah. We're going to round 3, baby.
I didn't sideboard anything because Patrick is smarter than me, and if I touched his deck in any meaningful way, I have to deal with it for years. So, yeah.
Coming to you live from the Tolarian Community College in the Great Pacific Northwest.
It's not live. This is pre-recorded, and it's actually going to be about like a month before this airs.
So this is fun. This is fun. So in our time doing coverage together, Patrick and I would always be the person who brings us back from the commercial break on the SCG tour and other commentary ventures. And to anyone who was wondering why that was always the case,
All right, let's back
you
it up.
just saw one of the worst intros possible. Right there. Host, color commentary for a reason. You want to try again?
Yeah, it's my wit and insight. That's why I was the color
I
commentator.
understand why you got paid and why you were brought on board, but you know what? Okay, fire in. Intro again. Ready? And
Coming to you from the Tolarian Community
Are we live?
College in the Pacific Northwest. No, this is pre-recorded. Okay. I'm Patrick Sullivan, and we are here for the rubber game between the professor and Cedric Phillips to determine, is this a rock, paper, scissors metagame? Or is the professor coming for both the play-by-play and color commentator role that Cedric and I are so well known for? We're about to resolve it here and now.
You've actually played competitively, so that means if I beat you, then I get that. It's as if I made those accomplishments, right?
It's a transitive property.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's not just, I mean, I beat a guy on coverage, sure. Like, you know, that's cool. But to beat someone who actually, you know, like you played in, I saw you on, I remember one time at the local game store, I'm not lying, someone was just like shouted out, Cedric's on, because the game store owner always kept it up on the screen. And it was just exciting that you got on the feature match and stuff. Yeah, no, so this is wild.
A lot of pressure now.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure. I do need you to actually have your life total represent what you're at, if you don't mind. Thank you for warning me about that.
Slight weakness of mine.
All right.
I'm gonna go to 20.
Do you need to cut my deck?
I do now. Call that the triple cut.
So
Anything
this is
here?
what we used to do at the local game store.
Oh, the single card.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
called, that card is the card you needed. And we would say it's okay for you to look and see what that card is so that you know how badly you want that card.
Okay, so question.
Yeah.
Did you have someone at your local game store who used to do that?
Yeah, we just saw the one card cuts square off against the Ohio slip and slide. Two very, very classic cutting maneuvers there. Yeah, the one goes on the bottom was there was an audience for it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I had my local game store was called the Zamisia, and for Mike Zamisia. It was the Zamisia cut. I think every game store has the one card to the bottom person. So
Yes.
here we go. I'm on the play
Yes, you are.
because Patrick lost.
he did to me.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you for that. Here we go.
It's a shame, you know, for the purposes of recording, we have to be pretty disciplined about how we're using the playmats and such. Otherwise, you could show them all sorts of ways to orient your cards to annoy your opponent.
Oh, this is true.
The
This is true.
grid, the Cali box out. There's a lot of moves.
You're not allowed to do that anymore. The rules are that lands have to be here, right?
Well, the grid is where you encircle your opponent's cards with your own. And the grid is a way to counter it. That's for another show.
I would like to keep.
All right, I too shall keep.
Well, I like to begin things with the very powerful, inspiring Vantage.
Yeah?
And I will also now play a Goblin Guide.
Oh, I'm dead.
Well, let's go to a little attack here, a little trigger for the audience.
And it is a Unholy Heat. I think I know what I'm doing with that Unholy Heat. I take 2.
Yes, you do.
Go to 18.
Perfect. It's your turn.
All right, let's try. Oh, look, what did he get? All right, let's see. I'm gonna go here, and I will play a Scalding Tarn.
Powerful.
Tap it, go down to 17. Do you have basic mountains in this deck?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
You're gonna make me shock myself?
Well, it's your call to make, really. You play your cards however
I
you
feel
want.
you should have one basic mountain in here.
It really feels like you're deferring responsibility here. He's
Me?
not making, no, Cedric's not making you do anything.
That's true.
Yes.
It's your land.
It's your
fetch.
deck.
You can go you can get an island or you can get
Is
a
there
tap
steam
cement.
vents? Where's the steam
there's
vents?
definitely steam
Okay, good.
vents.
Thank gosh.
Yeah.
Oh man, but I don't want to take 2 against Burn.
For the purposes of this game, I almost want to give him Volcanic Island.
Okay, do you want me to give him a Volk?
No. I want to beat you fair and square.
Okay, we'll keep it steam.
I want to beat you fair and square. All right, I take 2.
Okay.
But what I'm gonna do here,
Ooh, uh-oh.
get me all double guessing here. Pass turn. I really wish that you had a basic mountain in your deck.
I'd like to draw a card. Okay, here we go.
What was your decision process in not putting a basic mountain in here when you designed and built this deck?
It's very lengthy. It's very lengthy.
It
The
was.
first thing I did
You didn't
is-
just download this off the internet like 10 minutes before us playing, right?
How could you?
I could never do that. I design my decks.
I don't understand. That's
No, I know.
This is an accusation of the highest degree.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
because what I did is I didn't download it. I copy pasted it
Oh.
into WordPad.
WordPad.
Then-
Okay, Grandpa.
Yeah, that's right. I am old and proud of it. And then I sent the file to a friend and then picked up the deck later.
And then a carrier pigeon returned to Cedric with a thank you note and the
Yeah.
cards in question.
Yeah. So
Okay.
anyway,
Yes.
attack step,
Go ahead. Trigger.
trigger.
Ooh,
Hello.
It's a fiery eyelet. It goes into my hand.
Free card.
I have a thing I'm going to do before damage.
Good choice.
I'm going to zap that with an Unholy Heat.
Goblin Guy into the graveyard.
If you don't have an idol on here, that was the worst attack I've ever seen.
Well, I'm going to sacrifice this Arid Mesa.
Are you going to lose life over that?
I am
or
gonna
is
lose
that
a
the
life.
type of fetch
I am
land
gonna
where you
lose-
don't-
Yeah, I'm gonna
it's
lose
a
a life.
pattern with you.
I'm going to make sure I didn't add an extra card to my hand now,
Cedric,
too.
your shirt says Draco Genius.
It does.
And yet your
does.
actions contradict
this-
that. Though I
this-
might say that is a very fine quality looking shirt. Is that I recognize them. Is that a Coalesce brand shirt?
Let me check really quick here. I'm not.
Wow.
Can you read that?
No.
No, I think that's what. I don't know if you guys can zoom in. I think that is Coalesce Apparel and Design.
Wow, Coalesce Apparel and Design.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe this one?
When I'm looking for fun Magic the Gathering t-shirts with non-infringing Magic the Gathering jokes, I'm going to go to Coalesce. And there might even be others, like our favorite YouTubers, like Ristic Studies.
Oh, wow. What a great channel that is. I'll tell you.
It is. You should like and subscribe right after visiting Coalesce. All right, that's
a good read. That's a pretty good read. Here we go.
All right, I had to do that to get him to come out.
Shirts are cool, and they'll turn your arms huge like Cedric's.
Half of that's true. Half of that is true. I would like to play an Eidolon of the Great Revel.
He's got it.
Yeah, okay.
Beautiful play.
It is your turn. Oh, excuse me. Eidolon of the Great Revel is red, 2/2.
Yeah.
Enchantment creature, which means that if you have an enchantment removal spell, it'll take care of it. Whenever a player casts a spell will convert a mana cost 3 or less, Eidolon of the Great Revel deals 2 damage to that player.
Wow.
I'm going to assume you have some 1s and 2s, and maybe even some 3s. It's your turn.
Oh my God, that's really brutal. That's really brutal. Hey, I'll play a Fiery Islet.
Good draw.
Yeah, all it took was
2/2.
nut draw on the play for Cedric to get his groove back.
I haven't won the game.
One red?
Yes.
I'm going to play a Ragavan,
Now,
Nimble Pilferer.
when you tap Fiery Islet, I was curious what happens.
Dang it. I lose a life.
Just like me.
Yeah.
Nice
Except
to know.
now I'm going to lose 2 life from
You
here.
bet you are.
So I go to 12. So I don't even want to lose the
seriously,
lose
There
the
we
life
go.
from that.
There we
That's
go.
lame.
This is all better.
That's really lame.
Editor can fix all of this.
Yeah. No. I don't care. It's obvious I'm losing to Cedric.
Oh,
at
no.
this
I'm just
point.
saying fixing the life total. We're fine.
Yeah.
Everything else stays. Yeah.
You lost to me.
It's true.
It wasn't even close.
I
really
remember-
wasn't that
I've got a
close.
story. Can I tell a story like Patrick was doing?
Sure,
I
channel.
remember I was at a GP. It was after a long day. A man by the name of Kenji, better known as Numat the Nummy, I said, hey, you want to get a quick game? End of a long day. He's wiped. This man is half asleep. We sit down. It's my crappy draft deck against his that he actually played in the event. I didn't. It was from a side event. And I beat him. And then he said, oh no. He literally said the words, I can't lose to the professor. And despite being exhausted from a day of hard Magic competition, he roused himself and he just had to beat me then twice, which he did. Because of course I'm the professor and I lose on camera all the time, except when I'm up against Patrick Sullivan. Yeah.
Pride myself on being casual friendly.
Pass.
I like to untap. I'm going to take a draw step.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, baby.
For the
You
viewers
can
at home,
swing at me with that Eidolon if you want.
competitive play isn't actually this miserable. This is not actually how it
This is more
goes.
fun than competitive play, I assure you.
It's way worse.
Yeah.
It's way worse. If you play against me and I'm like 2 losses in day 2, you're going to have a really bad time. I'm going to play Bloodstained Mire.
Yeah,
Okay. Just want to make sure that resolves.
it does.
Then I would.
It doesn't.
I need you to not.
Playing lands
I need
does
you
not
to. I
involve
need you
passing
to.
priority
I need
to-
you to not.
That's why I was thinking, what's he talking about? Oh, God. Wow.
Just absolute.
Wow.
I would like to cast Searing Blaze. Instant.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Searing Blaze deals 1 damage to target player and 1 damage to target creature that player controls. Landfall. If you had a land enter the battlefield under your control this turn, 3 damage to each creature and player instead.
Oh, no.
Now hang on. Take 2. 17. Now Searing Blaze would like to resolve.
It resolves.
3 to this and you.
I go to 10.
Let's make it 8.
I go to 8. Oh, my God.
This is interesting. What would the old partner in the captain's chair do over there? I think I know what he would do. I'm going to sacrifice this Bloodstained Mire is what I'm going to do. 16.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're okay.
This is just
You're
brutal.
okay. You're okay.
Yeah, it'll be over soon.
I'm feeling so confident. Ouch.
Long term, you also need the second.
I do for
Yeah.
the core Firewalkers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take 2 here. I'm going to fall down to 14 now. And let's actually just make it 12 because I'm going to play a powerful red card called Skewer the Critics. 2 and a red, unless you pay the spectacle cost of a red. You can pay spectacle if you've dealt damage. If a spectacle, you take damage, so it's cheaper. That's how it works. Screw the Critics deals 3 damage to any target, and I have to trigger my Eidolon, which I've already done preemptively, so I'm at 12. And now Screw the Critics will deal 3 to you.
Wow.
What a turn.
That's also
right?
very flavorful because, as you know, I am a critic.
You are a critic.
And so you just skewered the critics.
And you are a skilled one at that.
Yeah.
Would you like to cut my deck?
No, I don't.
It's also not sufficiently randomized.
I shuffled quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it is now your turn.
All right.
I've used all my mana.
Thank God. All right.
What's that derived information?
It is. It is.
1 red.
Okay.
Ragavan.
Okay, take 2.
I take 2.
Great.
Oh my God.
There's my guy!
Steam vents tapped.
That's fine. That's fine.
What am I supposed to do here?
Well,
All right, I passed the turn.
okay, okay.
I hate that Eidolon.
It's not a fun card to play against.
Oh my God.
Big draw step. Oh boy. 3?
Yeah, 3.
Okay. Single white.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 2. Target this.
All right. I get to go get a basic land.
Yeah, you do.
I wish if there were basic mountains, I'll get a basic island.
And the Ragavan is exiled for whatever it's worth.
Comes into play tapped, right?
Yes, it does.
No, and it's exiled.
There you go.
Ragavan is
There you go.
exiled. All
See,
right.
we're playing the remains of this game to teach people along the way about.
I feel like I'm the remains of this game. My remains on the side of the road.
Here it comes.
Cool. I take 2.
Yes, you do.
Go to 1.
All right.
You got it? I don't think you have it. Actually, would you care to make a wager?
No bet. No bet. I got a sneaking suspicion what you may do here.
Yeah.
I think you will concede in response to my spell.
Well, I was actually just going to tap as a mana source for 1 and die.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to liven it up a little
I'm
bit.
dead.
Here. No. You're at 1. Now you, as far as I know.
No. I tapped. I'm a 0. I tapped.
Well, you can't tap anything until I make a game action.
Is that true, Patrick?
He has priority right now.
Really? I
right.
can't tap a land?
Nope.
Not right now.
Nope.
Okay.
I have priority.
When he,
All right, you have
when he-
priority.
Which means we could be here for a while.
Okay.
However, in the spirit of fun, I will let you choose which spell that I cast, and then you may respond. You may respond in kind.
All right.
Are you sure?
Yes. It's never going to hit the board.
Well, I'm going to pay the cost.
In response,
And
I
you're-
tap, and
you're-
I'm dead.
You're the boss.
I win, but in a more accurate sense, Cedric wins. You are the winner, because that's the way this works. So even though you were eliminated round 1, since you beat the guy who beat you, you are considered the winner. That makes sense. People were arguing with me that that doesn't make sense. That's the way the tournament works. You are the winner. Cedric Phillips wins.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Epic.
It's been
just epic.
quite the journey to get here, but I must say, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
You know, coming up here, really an honor. Getting to play against one of my best friends and longtime professional colleagues, catching them cheating multiple times, winning anyway. You start to think that maybe today's my day. Maybe just a lifetime of just loss after loss after loss is maybe this could be my day, But the professor, to his credit, played a really good, clean match. Took damage off of his lands when they asked him to take damage off of his lands, and it's back to the drawing board for me for the millionth time.
I beat Patrick Sullivan. If nothing else, I beat Patrick Sullivan. Can you, sitting at home, say that you have sat down to square off against the one and only Patrick Sullivan and beaten him? No, you can't, but I can. And at the end of the day, that's the real victory. I don't even care. That last game against Cedric, you saw that was just a stitch up. It didn't matter. It was baloney. So I don't really feel bad. I got down to 10 in 2 turns because of some bad cards. But I looked Sullivan in the eyes and I said, not today, sir.
I don't know. Sometimes you lose game 1, but then that's why they give you 3 or 7 or however many it takes. And so, yeah, did I lose game 1 to Patrick? Sure. But when you're thinking about this video, you know what you're always going to remember? Who won? Who beat the professor at the end? Just like the Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the Golden State Warriors after being down 3-1. I I must say, with my back up against the proverbial wall, after many verbal insults and jabs over really who likes paying a life for their fetch lands. I don't. I know you probably don't. But what are we going to remember at the end of the day? To the victor goes the spoils. Just like LeBron James in 2016, I compare myself to him, and with good reason. Because you know what winners do? They win. And that's what I did. I won. And when I'm back, I'm going to do it again.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
Today on Shuffle Up and Play, we have each designed a commander deck for one of our friends here at the table.
I decided to build a deck that I think that she would really like. Maria, Scholar of Antiquity.
Prof, I will give you the option to be intimidating.
For my friend, Gavin Verhey.
100 cards, everyone is a secret lair.
Gavin.
You're supposed to design for Kibler.
New secret lair alert!
Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question.
Oh, is this what I'm like?
Yes.
Oh, God.
What is this?
I always have to do it. It's too good. I cannot do it. I'm gonna attack Olivia with Olivia.
For Lodestone Golem.
Why'd I put that in there?
Commander Rules Committee plays stacks.
How many Pro Tours did you win, Brian Kibler?
2.
And how many of those were Commander?
All of them.
Yes, okay.